Hello, hello. It's time for Fishing Friends. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fishing Friends with Danny and Gina. I'm Danny,
I'm Gina.
and and my birds are fighting in the background.
They sound very angry.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. It's probably because I was moving around a lot today. Because I went out and bought myself a deep freeze or like a chest freezer. So I
Oh.
had to move some stuff around to find the right spot and get it in place.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah. Because I want to stock up on as much uh, yellow food as I can because we are going out of business.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Um,
come
that
come
sucks.
November, I'll be out of a job, and
Merry
so
Christmas.
yeah. Happy birthday, happy
Happy
Veterans Day, Merry
birthday.
Christmas,
Yeah, that
all that
sucks.
stuff. Yep.
I'm sorry.
Subcrime geek.
Hi, hi.
And got a couple other people lurking in the background. Don't be afraid to say hi.
Yeah.
But yeah, they told us on Monday, and by Tuesday, I think Tuesday morning, it was on the news, and but not everybody. I was actually really surprised that like a lot of my customers don't actually like watch the news. I was really happy with that because the news is like it's
Yeah.
crap. You shouldn't watch it. I mean, you
Yeah.
shouldn't really watch anything on television because it's just all crap. But the news is the worst. And
Yeah.
friggin', but yeah, um, after 72 years, they damn near tried it all. And but a lot of the problems that we've been having have been like related to like higher company decisions and all that stuff anyway. Like all of a sudden they decided they needed more money and they started charging people a delivery fee, and they started um freaking just making, well, all the prices went up like crazy everywhere for everybody during the
Yeah.
pandemic and stuff. But that actually
Inflation.
in a way kind of helped us out on one point because like it kind of made grocery stores kind of reach our level of prices. But
Yeah.
like then they started screwing up people's schedules and like uh, started allowing people to order on whatever day they wanted, which they thought would like give them more orders and stuff. But all it did was make everybody confused on which day they were supposed to order on, and
Yeah.
caused a whole lot of frustration. And then, yeah, all the way back in 2018, before I even started working for the company, they sold 70% of it to a company called CJ in Korea. And that's what caused them to have to, change the name and all that stuff in the first place. Um, they lost a whole bunch of manufacturers and stuff, which caused a lot of people to lose their favorite products, which costs us a lot of customers that way. And yeah, just like they kept expecting us to, like, as the salesman or whatever, to like make up for all the things that they were doing. And I don't know. But it does suck though, because I do actually really enjoy my job. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy, getting to drive a truck around and listen to KC 95 all day, and then like stop at cool people's houses and talk to them about, you know, not just the food, but also just about life and whatever else. And I see the same people every 2 weeks all the time. And I'm
Right.
doing this for 3 years, and having to actually like say goodbye to some of these people it's like it's been kind of hard. Like I was trying. I definitely caught myself crying a couple times on Monday throughout the workday as I'm like leaving people's houses and explaining to them that, company's going to be closing in a month and a half, so order everything you can now. And it's just like, it just sucks, man. And
Yeah.
so I have to look for a job, and I hate that. Um, though it's like I got a lot of experience in a lot of different areas. I'm not necessarily worried about my ability to find a job. I just don't want to find a job. I like what I do. And but there's nothing out there quite like what I do. And so it's like I could go into delivery, I could go into sales, I could freaking go work at a grocery store. I could try working for Menards or something. Um, I want to talk to my cousin, well, my second cousin technically, that still like owns and operates my family's hardware store in Overland, and maybe see if they have any positions available. But then when I was talking to my mom about that, apparently my sister and my brother in law are actually, they've been talking about potentially buying the hardware store, and I guess therefore then operating it themselves. And so I stopped by my sister's house to not just grab the application for, that Wolf for Vets, where they're gonna find me a dog. um but I wanted to kind of, just mention to them about what happened if they hadn't heard about it, and
Yeah.
say like, yeah, I'm kind of thinking about working at the hardware store and seeing, if they can, train me to do what they do, because I'm nervous as hell to run a business. But if they're
Yeah.
willing to work with me for a couple of years to, get really comfortable with everything that they do, then I would be willing to do that, because I would really like to keep the hardware store in the family. And it was started by my grandfather and his brothers, and my dad worked there when he was a kid, and all this different stuff. So it's like I would really like to do that.
Yeah.
So I'm scared as hell. And so my sister actually texted me today, when I was just getting back from like dropping off my brother's truck back at his house from grabbing the freezer from Home Depot. And she's like, "Have you applied at Menards? I know a lot of people that, really enjoy it there." And I was just like, "I don't really want to go back to working at a big store like that." And
Yeah.
but then she mentioned how it's like I should come over sometime soon and, talk about a few things or whatever. And I was just like, we can talk about the hardware store another day. Like, I just did a whole bunch of running around. I just got back home. So one of these days soon, I'll probably go over there, and yeah, we'll kind of talk about the hardware store and all this different stuff, because they've been trying to talk to Greg about it. And I mean, the thing is, it's like if he wants a whole lot, like if he wants like a $2 million like buyout or something like that, like my brother-in-law can't qualify for a $2 million business loan. He can
No.
qualify for a pretty good business loan, and he's done his own business in the past and all that different stuff, so he could qualify for one, but not $2 million. So
No.
though I doubt my cousin would want a $2 million buyout or something like that. It's just they haven't sat down and talked numbers yet.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it seems like now that I'm in the spot where I am, they're really wanting to like actually like do this because they've been also talking about how like they live in the house that I grew up in and they turned it into an awesome homestead, and I've talked about it all the time. But they just don't like the location. They don't want to be this close to people.
Yeah.
And so they're talking about how they're either going to buy the hardware store or they're going to use that money to buy land and then build a house on that land and all that other stuff. So it's like part of me kind of also wants my sister and my brother-in-law to keep that awesome house in the family as well. So it's just like I really do kind of want to listen to what their plan is with the hardware store, because if they can, pay me a living to work there and all that stuff, then they might not necessarily have to be present in the hardware store all the time, and they can like use me in that sort of sense.
Yep.
And then I can actually use my brother-in-law for his business sense, which is actually what I would really like, because I am scared as hell as like running a business, because like I'm really task oriented. I can do things if I like know what the task is and like what I need to do, but I'm not good at like understanding the big picture all the time and like figuring out what needs to be done, and also understanding all these dang things with finances. I'm going to screw up somebody's pay. Like everything's going to get all screwed up if all of a sudden I just got thrown that business right now. Like I would
Luckily,
screw it all up.
it's a good day and age though where there's a lot of programs and stuff that kind of do it for you so that it doesn't get messed up. And your cousin probably has an accountant that he works with. So,
Yeah,
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 they should be able to catch any kind of mess ups or anything like that. But
right.
it's not
HD
all
canteen.
it's not all on paper anymore. Like we have the technology to make
How's
business
the
running easier.
technology?
We have the technology.
I got the 12-gallon Eclipse set up today for the swords. The tank is nearly 30 years old and still runs like a top.
Nice.
Nice.
Perfect. I don't
Nice.
really have much going on. Um
When I was at Home Depot buying the freezer and stuff too, they had some Halloween stuff, and I was looking at all of it, but I was trying really hard not to buy any of it. But my decorations did need a couple more lights and stuff, so I bought some like spot strobe lights to kind of put on some like one of the characters and stuff I had, because I talked about it last week. I don't know if you saw my short or not, but I got this cool like guitar playing jack o' lantern orange skeleton
I did
guy.
not.
He's pretty sweet. I think I can find the video that I shared. Oh yeah, here it is. Let me get it set up. Yeah, I made it short, but He plays a whole bunch of different songs and stuff, but I found
That's
it at
funny.
Target, believe it or not, even though I can't believe I even actually walked in there, but I was just like, I haven't been to Target in years. Let's go ahead and see what sort of things they have for Halloween. And I found this, and it was
That's really
pretty
cool.
decent price.
Oh, and he actually moves. No chat's on, Joshua. It's just not a lot of people are chatting right now.
Yeah, so the head actually like lights up and stuff too at night. And it's
I was gonna say
motion sensitive, so when you walk in front of it, it'll play a song, and I'm not sure how many preset stuff it has. Like there's probably like at least 10 to 15 different like things that it does.
I don't know. Is it barefoot? I don't know how I feel about it being barefoot.
Yeah, it's like barefoot.
That's so funny. It's like I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Seems a little off. Seems a little I don't know.
Yeah, it should have.
Weird.
You're right. It should have had like shoes or something. Like, since it's
Yeah.
wearing all clothes anyway. Like, I get the sleeveless shirt, but yeah,
It just some
it,
kind of
feel,
like
it feels like
at
it
least
should
like
be wearing
combat
those shoes.
boots or something. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
too
I don't know.
bad the spike just goes like right through the foot, or else I just
Yeah.
put shoes on it or something. But
Yeah, don't destroy a pair of shoes. Maybe if you found some at a thrift store that were cheap,
yeah,
then you wouldn't feel so bad about it.
yeah.
Did I buy anything this week? Oh, we finally got Kane's new shoes in. They're actually really cool. Let me go grab them. I'll be right back.
Yeah, chat's just not popping tonight, Josh. It's on. Yeah, we're streaming on both of our channels too. I get throttled by YouTube all the time, so. And Gina just got hers set up like right before the stream, so.
Okay, sorry. I was late to the stream and I wasn't prepared. Okay, so Kane has these special orthotics called AFOs, ankle foot orthotic, that he puts on in his shoes. This just helps because he doesn't have a lot of muscle to support himself, so this helps keep his ankle stable. Well, this is his old shoe. You can kind of see it actually zips open.
Oh.
So that it just goes right in. But these are new. He just got these right at the beginning of the school year. So they barely fit in. So I ordered his new shoes like 2 weeks ago. And I thought I made a mistake. So when we bought these, we actually went into a local store that sells them, and they helped fit them and everything. Well, these are the new ones, and I was like, I think I ordered the wrong size. On camera, it doesn't show
I
quite
think
like
they
how much
look like they're
bigger.
the same size.
Maybe this will. Okay, it's not picking up on camera very well. There we go. There you go. You can really see. So I have the backs together. So I went up 2 sizes.
Oh.
So I thought I made a mistake, but no, it actually turns out that the orthotic fits in there like perfectly. So, yep. So, yep. It's perfect. Oh, that goes in.
And
So, yeah,
then
I still have to adjust them and everything. So.
And he wears those on both legs, right?
Yep, on both feet.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
so
then it just zips
perfect.
closed. Yep.
Yeah.
But it was just so funny. So, yep, that's Kane's new shoes.
So this is what you say. It's like, you know what they say about guys with big feet, Kate.
So Nathan last night goes, "Those look like the same size as your shoes." I was like, "No, there's no way. This is a kid size 6 wide. That's what this is." And he's
Yeah,
like, "I look."
that's like a woman's 9.5 or something like that, right?
Yeah, so I was like, "No, I can't pot." So I actually put it on. It fits me. He wears the same size shoe as me, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't. But that means I can wear kids' shoes, and some of those little girl shoes are the cutest fucking shoes. So now I'm excited on that aspect. I can go into Target and I see an obnoxiously bedazzled set of shoes. I just have to find it in a kid size 6, and I'll be able to wear them.
Oh, right-sided paraplegic.
And wears those. Yep. Yep, yep. It's
Sketty.
funny. Sketty Nona. So yeah, waiting for our TikTok pillows. Apparently, I guess all the storms that we've been getting all week affected Illinois because it was last shipment update. It was over in a distribution center in Illinois. And it says because of inclement weather, they're going to be delayed 2 or 3 days because they were supposed to come today. So I'm a little upset about that. I want my pillows.
Yeah. You got TikTok pillows?
Yeah, so it's these crazy like space looking. Okay, hold on. Oh, here we go. I can just pull up a picture of it. I think it looks more like whoopsie. Let me find the listing. Hold on, I have to pull it up on TikTok to see which ones I got because there's different variations of it.
What's up, Mickey?
Oh, it is this one. Okay. So present, share screen, Amazon. Yeah, so it's this. I got off TikTok, so it was a lot cheaper. But yeah. So it's like the side back. Apparently you're also supposed to be able to sleep on your stomach with it, but Nathan used to be a stomach sleeper, but apparently he's not anymore. So yeah, we got these crazy ass things.
I have a My Pillow, and so I can do all that too. So.
Yeah. So we'll see
it's
how
like
it goes.
you can form the pillow pretty much however you want with the type of filling that it has, and it like holds its shape. And it's like super duper lightweight too.
That's
I love
cool. But yeah, it's really cool.
That looks like a space pillow.
I know, it's a space pillow. I'm excited for it.
Physically, I'm doing well, Skenny. Mentally and stuff, I'm having a hard time because I know you're a little late, but I was saying a little earlier that, yeah, my the company I work for is going out of business, so I'll be out of a job in the next 2 months. They're saying the last day we'll officially be running routes will be on November the 8th. The last day that I will have to report to work is the 15th. And then all operations will be shut down by November 22nd. And I'll get my last paycheck on the 29th. So, yeah, a full 2 months of pay at least. If we end up running out of product through October, I doubt we'll keep working into November. So it's possible I may have to stop working earlier and still just might continue getting paid for it. No matter what, because of the Warren Act, I get paid until I get my last paycheck on the 29th, no matter what. I guess I'll have to go work for Dan's Fish.
You could go move.
I can't just move like that.
I know.
Nope. Yeah. Can't just move.
Yep.
I got too much animals and stuff and whatever to just up and move, and not enough money or time or whatever to find a house and all that stuff. And yeah, anyway, this is, yeah. But
That would be cool.
I
It
do
would not
have a
be a
lot of
big.
different experience, and there's a lot of different options out there. I just wish that I didn't have to start looking for a job. This just sucks. Any Bass Pro Shop? Yeah, there's Bass Pro Shops. I
Yeah.
applied at a Bass Pro Shop before. I've also applied at Cabela's before. Um, I never got either of those jobs for whatever reason. Um,
Well, if anything, if it gets to be like last ditch effort, the Petco by our house is always hiring. They need good employees. I'm just
yeah,
saying, as a
but
a
I
backup,
doubt
backup,
they're
backup
gonna.
plan.
I doubt they're gonna pay me $50,000 a year.
No, but I'm just saying, as a last resort,
Yeah,
or maybe even part time. Maybe something you get doesn't quite pay enough. Part time.
they need someone to work the tanks. They are not employed through Brad. Oh
It's true.
well. Hmm.
Yeah. Do you need to have your diver certificate though? Like, do you have to be a certified diver in order to maintenance those tanks? Because I feel like you do.
Uh, but I was talking earlier how I might have a opportunity with my family's hardware store.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about that because especially if my sister and brother-in-law start like working with it with me, like we definitely got a lot of the same sort of mental plans with a lot of these things, and I feel like we could turn help turn that store around a little bit more, and not just keep the great customers that have been part of the hardware store for a long time, but also like bring some kind of modern changes to it, and help maybe bring some consumers from other areas into Overland a little bit more, because I don't know, like I feel like they have some things, but it's like the garden center has always been like a little weak, and like we could do some different boosts to that. Anyway, I'm not gonna get all into it, but
Well, yeah,
it's
because you said you and your brother would do landscaping, right? So you guys have the experience. You know what the good products are.
yeah.
So
As
yeah,
far as the landscaping stuff, my sister's really big on native plants and all that. And then also, like, she already has so many different plants at her house. Like, she could just start creating starters of a whole bunch of her plants, and we could sell them right through the hardware store that way.
yeah,
Um, and then like we could sell eggs at the hardware store because she's got like 30 chickens and bringing a whole bunch of other stuff that could totally happen if they ended up owning the hardware store. Like we could turn it into not just a hardware store, but like an all around like sort of like farmers market sort of thing too.
yeah.
Like it'd be awesome. um
Probably run it as it is for maybe at least a year. Like,
well,
don't try
yeah,
to change everything all at the beginning, because that could
of
cause a lot of
course.
issues.
How many acres? Right now, they only have like 1.8 acres, I think, maybe 1.6, I think. Um, but they've really done a good job of, maximizing on that. Just like I only have a quarter acre, but I've been already thinking about how, like, if I use the right stuff and I like really like miniaturize it, like I can do a lot on my property too. Like that's why I was talking about getting bantam chickens. which are
Mhm.
like miniature chickens, because then like I can have the 4 chickens that I'm allowed to have here in my town in Florissant. Um, but I don't have to have quite as much space because the chickens aren't this big. The chickens are only this big. So I can make a smaller chicken coop and a smaller chicken run and all that stuff and not feel guilty that I'm like confining an animal into this teeny tiny little space. It's the same as like a fish tank or whatever. An Oscar can live in a 20-gallon, but do you put an Oscar in a 20-gallon? No. You want to put an Oscar in like a 75 or more so that it can move around and turn around and be happy. So, but you can take a fish that's like half the size of an Oscar, like an angelfish. An angelfish can live a little bit more comfortably in like a 20-gallon. Um, though ideally, I still wouldn't put an angelfish in a 20-gallon. I put them in like a 29. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make stands that yeah, miniature in a miniature area.
So, I just had a thought about a hardware store and something to kind of make better. Um, or not really make better, but just like a thought, why don't hardware stores do this? You know how Marine Solutions, we would also do tank maintenance? How come hardware stores don't have like a handyman service?
Um, because they would have to compete with all the local handymen.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, contract out those local handymen so that they're
Well, I
getting a
mean,
product from
if we
you.
if we know handymen or whatever, yeah, we can be like, hey, I recommend this guy or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know, like
That's just a thought. I was just like, why don't hardware stores do that? That seems like, I
I'm
don't know.
sure. I think when my grandfather and all this stuff, when they started doing that, they would do things along those lines because, like I said, my grandfather built his house with his own bare hands and maybe a little bit of help from his brothers, but he pretty much did it all himself. All the plumbing, all the electric work, all the landscaping, the bricklaying, all of it. And yeah, it's
Liability.
liability is
There's
part of
always going to
it,
be
and
liability.
there's
Yeah.
there's other handymen out there that are specialized in different areas,
Hmm.
you know. But I mean, with the knowledge that my grandfather and all of his brothers had, like they could give some really good advice, and maybe they'd be after hours or whatever go help out the local people. Stuff was way different 50 years ago,
Yeah.
you know. Um,
Suing everybody wasn't as common as it is nowadays.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. We live in
And
a super litigious society where you can sue everybody for anything.
yeah. And I guess also a lot of handymen kind of work under the table. Whereas if you made a contract with them, then that would be like a legit, like, then they're like, that more taxes would have to be taken out. Like, yeah,
Right. Right.
there's pros and cons to it. Oh, it's
Yeah.
just the beginnings of a thought.
Yeah. No, that's definitely interesting. Yeah. But there's outsourcing.
Yeah, I guess you could just have like partner with other like handymen, like have a binder full of handymen that you would recommend, not necessarily contract with them, but just partnering with them.
Yeah.
Be like, oh yeah, here's this handyman, there's this handyman. Oh, this one specializes in this, that one specializes in that. Oh, this local HVAC company is great. Work with them. Like, kind
Yeah.
of like how companies collaborate with like YouTubers and stuff. Like, do something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. But I mean, I think in general, like if I'm thinking about it, like I'm sure Bart Inman, the HVAC guy, has the same, if not better, connections to materials and stuff like that than
Yeah,
that the hardware store does.
right.
So I don't think we would be able to get any. Or I don't think the hardware store would be able to benefit Bart Inman at all, but Bart Inman would probably be able to benefit from
Right.
the hardware store, or we would benefit from Bart Inman as far as probably getting cheaper prices on things or something. But yeah, I don't know. I understand. Yeah, there's definitely, you
There's
know,
something there. I just don't
there's
know what it is.
partnerships and
Yeah.
stuff that you can do with businesses and local handyman and stuff. Definitely recommendations. You know,
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a good and fast solution. There are a lot of people who need to get things. Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
yeah. I see people still the same people all the time that are like asking for money and stuff and on busy street corners and stuff and
Yeah.
like sometimes I just want to be an asshole and just roll down my window and get a job, you loser. And but it's like now it's like I'm gonna be in that situation too. But I'm probably not gonna be out there panhandling or anything. I'm never gonna be in that spot because I have the dignity. Like if I have to, I'll go work at Taco Bell. Like I don't have a problem doing that or whatever. I've worked in fast food before, and it's not like I have a problem like losing my dignity. But then again, these people are standing out on the street asking people for money. But it's like now it's like I kind of want to roll down the window and be like, how bad actually is the job market? Like,
Right. Yeah.
like, are you actually trying to find a job? Like,
Some people make more money on those corners than they do
well, right.
at an actual job.
Some of those people actually have jobs and they're just standing out there like they don't, and they're just making a bunch of money that way. Um,
There was one girl who would actually park at the Aldi next to Petco and then walk over and walk that whole parking lot in front of Petco saying, "Oh, I don't have enough money for the bus. Can I have $5? Can I have $10? Whatever." And I would try to tell people, I'm like, "Hey, she she drives that gold SUV and in the
yeah.
Aldi parking lot. Like she's not no, she doesn't need bus money."
The big scam nowadays with panhandlers is, and to the wrong people, this might sound super racist, but it's true. Sadly, just because you'll see some sort of Hispanic person or even like somebody with their entire like family out there. They'll be wearing masks, looking like I'm a healthy person, and they'll have that sign that says like I'm getting money for this, my daughter that has cancer or something like that. Those are these like big crazy scams that are happening with like panhandlers now. Like there's no kid. They just looked up some Google image and stuff. Like that kid doesn't have cancer. Like they're just trying to steal money or like the selling the roses and stuff. Like I'm sure there might be one person out there that's actually doing it for legitimate reasons, but yeah, like I've seen so many videos of people like, yeah, they hop right in a friggin' super nice car and all that other stuff, and yeah, it's crazy.
Banoxki, hello, hello. Um, I heard a story about water boys in Atlanta. Not all of them, but there are a few. So they're usually teenagers on the side of the at intersections with bottles of water that they're selling. Um, but I have heard of a few instances where they'll be like, "Oh, we take Cash App instead of cash if you don't have cash," and they'll insist on taking your phone to put in their Cash App, but then they know exactly how to navigate the app, and they will send themselves like $200 instead.
Yep,
Yep. So
yeah, there's that sort of one too.
yeah.
The
Ground
Nazis
fog.
here, Ground Fog. What's up?
Hello. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of knife people today, but we did technically go out for breakfast, so I did have a carry today. This is actually Nathan's. He got it from Tri-State. He won it in a giveaway. Yep.
Ooh. I like the Damascus and then the black
Yeah.
and red and then the checkerboard. Oh,
The
that's all nice.
carbon fiber. Yep.
That's so nice.
Yeah, it is really nice.
Ooh.
Hold on, let me turn this light off because it's kind of camera. There you go. Now you can really see the Damascus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Damascus.
Yep, yep. I don't remember. No, there's no backspacer, so. Or there is, but it's the same material as the handle. What is that, G10? Something like that. Cool. Yeah, it is cool. So that was technically my carry today. Oh my gosh. So on my Wednesday stream, how I dumped out my pockets to show what I carry in my pockets every day, I left it here. So whenever I went to work on Friday, it wasn't on my nightstand, so I didn't put them in my pocket. So I had to go to work without my pen, without my flashlight, without my pocket knife. Like I had to be like common folk and use scissors to cut things open at work. It was awful. It
Oh
was
man.
awful.
Oh man. So yeah, the other night, it was probably about a week ago now, but I've a week and a half ago or something, but I didn't talk about it before. But I took my watch off to add a little bit of cologne when I was gonna go out to do karaoke, and I forgot to put my watch back on. I didn't
Oh,
realize it at first, and then I get to karaoke, and I went to go like look at my watch, and I looked, and my watch was not there. And as soon as I saw that it was not there, like I immediately felt it's like naked. Like
yeah.
it's like, oh my god, it's like I need my watch. It's like I'm so used to feeling it there, and it's like it wasn't there. It's like it was crazy how just like the feeling just immediately like as soon as I was aware of it. And then, like, yeah, everybody can see my crazy tan line because
Yeah. Luckily, though, I was really worried about not having my pen on me, but luckily, all my coworkers are also kind of lazy like me, in the way that they have pens planted everywhere. So anywhere that you would need a pen, there's at least 2 or 3 pens planted there.
my wrists are so big to me and watches don't get along. I have tiny wrists.
Yeah. Tiny wrists are also kind of a bad thing with watches
Oh
because
yeah.
some are too clunky.
When I was like younger, my watch would go like always had to go all the way to the last dot. And
Yeah.
sometimes I had to even make an extra one myself.
Oh, I mean the actual like face of the watch. Like
But
you have
then
to
yeah,
pay
the face of
attention.
the
Yeah.
watch would be huge.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd have my
Oh,
watch.
remember when we were teenagers? That was also like the style to have the oversized watch,
Right.
like the ridiculously big
But
ones.
I'd be wearing my watch like this,
Yeah.
and I'd have this like crazy amount of extra fluff. What I would do is I'd actually like cut that off,
Yeah.
and I'd just have like that much of the watch, and so it's just like had this crazy face on my teeny tiny wrist that was only like, this big.
Was this pre-military?
Yeah, this is when I was like,
Pre-military, Danny.
this is when I was probably a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
Maybe even younger than that.
Yeah, I
I've
think
been
that's like
wearing watches like my entire life. And when I was really little kid, which now I look back and this was, something to do with sensitivity and like texture issues and stuff with my autism spectrum. When I was a kid, I hated long sleeves, and whenever I would wear long sleeves, they would always like have to be like over my wrist. They were the most uncomfortable when they was like up here. I would always be like pulling my sleeves
stretching
down,
them. Yep.
and I would actually wear my watch on the outside of
Yep.
my sleeves to hold my sleeves down.
That was kind of a style thing with the scene kids and the emo kids, though, wasn't it? So it wasn't like really weird.
Oh, but no, this was when I was like 5.
Oh, oh, little.
So
Oh, yeah, yeah.
this was that had nothing to do with style whatsoever.
Gotcha.
This was I hate these sleeves, but I like my watch, and I want to wear my watch on the outside so people can see it, and it holds my
Keep your
sleeves down.
keep your sleeves in place. Craig, hello, hello. Um, that's funny.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I just got
I
to
think I
send a
was
message here real quick.
you're good. I think I was kind of now that I'm looking back on it, I think I was kind of the same. Like, yeah, I was particular about my sleeves also. It's funny how you don't remember these things until someone mentions it.
Yeah.
I also remember I used to throw my hoodie up in the air like this certain way and then put my arms through, and that's how my coats too. Like the front zipping coats, I would throw it up and like perfectly put my arms in the sleeves like it was like a little
Nice.
trick. And I don't know why, that's just how I put all my coats on.
Huh.
I had to relearn how to do it every time I got a new coat because the weight would be different.
Something I saw to like help boost brain activity and like potentially make you like a little bit like smarter or something like that is if you always put your coat on like right arm first and then pull it
Mhm.
around the left arm, try putting your coat on the other way.
Yeah,
And
disrupt your routine, yeah.
every time you put your coat on, do it the opposite way. So
Mhm.
like, and just be aware of it as well. Like I'm putting my coat on right to left and then left to right the next time.
Whip, hello, hello. My issue is toe stitching and socks. Yes, that is still an issue for me. And then so people on the spectrum with sensory issues, I've seen TikToks about it where like it's a mom of a child who has autism. It's like, "Oh my gosh, getting him to get socks on is such an issue." And like their therapist or whoever they're talking to says, "Oh yeah, just have him put it on inside out then." And it's like, "Oh, cuz yeah, then the stitching is on the out like the raised part of the stitching is on the outside then."
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did that sometimes.
most
Not
socks
not
aren't made like that.
intentional.
Yeah, the stitching used to definitely be thicker in the toes of the socks. They definitely did pull
And
back on
they
that a
would
little bit.
always like they always forgot to like cut out all the extra strings and
Yeah.
stuff on the inside of the socks too.
Yep. Especially the thicker socks, like the wool socks. Mhm. Whip says, "Still no notification, brother. The universe is still screwing with the channel."
Yep.
Visited my cousin today and found some old photographs from the 80s. Just let me explain to you, it was the 80s. Holy cow, the hair, the clothes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I wish I
uh,
had like a digital version of some of my old pictures when like this exact picture that I'm thinking of when I was like 7 years old, when I'm wearing this like long sleeve shirt that was like it had like a collar and it was like a polo long sleeve shirt. The collar was burgundy, the top of the shirt was like green, and then it had like a yellow stripe, and then the bottom of the shirt was like navy blue, and then like the sleeves did like that same sort of thing. And then like I'm wearing my watch on the outside that's like bright yellow.
yep.
I'm just like in this like pose like this or whatever. And it's so funny. And I got this bright blonde hair because yeah, my hair was super bright blonde when I was a kid.
Joshua says, I was there in the 80s. I was born in 89, so I consider myself a 90s baby.
I was born in '89, but yeah, I'm technically a '90s baby.
Oh, have you seen the new Beetlejuice yet?
I have not seen Beetlejuice yet. I love the name. that they went with Beetlejuice versus like
Yeah.
Beetlejuice 2. Um, but no, I've seen some things about it or whatever. But I still haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine either.
I haven't
Um,
either. Ugh. At this point, I'm just gonna wait till it comes out and just
yeah,
stream it.
because I believe I own Beetlejuice on like maybe not, maybe Blu-ray or something. If not, I'm gonna go buy it. Because I should own it.
Yeah.
Um, but then I'll just go buy Beetlejuice, and
Skipper, hello, hello.
watch that.
No, but I've heard good things about the new Beetlejuice. Like, it
Yeah,
definitely does reference back to the old one. I mean, of course, it has uh Winona Ryder and all that stuff.
I believe everybody makes an appearance except for the original couple.
Yeah. No, go see it. Deadpool is worth it. Yeah.
Oh, I've heard that.
We usually
And I've
try to.
seen lots of stuff about it already now because stuff is starting to be popping out on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited to see it when it comes out. But I think it comes out on like Disney Plus or something like that in like a week or two. So I'll just watch it on there because I don't pay for Disney Plus, but one of my
Yeah.
friends do, and I have it on my Xbox because you can have like 9 people.
Yep. Yeah, I have Disney Plus also. But I mean, it sucks because we usually like to make a point to see movies with big special effects, like good special effects in the theater because the quality is better. But
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Skipper. Yeah, it would be cool. I haven't been to a theater in a while.
We last went, was it either the new Avatar, like Blue People Avatar, or the live action? No, live action. No, yeah, we saw live action Little Mermaid in theaters, I think, because I think we saw it in 3D. I was just talking to my coworker about it because any movie with fish in it, I try so hard not to be over analytical about the fish because I know Nathan hates it. So I
Yeah,
told Nathan when we went to go see it, I'm like, I'm gonna try not to pick it apart. Like, I'm gonna try to be good. But no, they were actually the whole beginning of the movie. I'm like, oh shit, that's actually like a chocolate chip starfish. It's not just a starfish. Like, it's not a chocolate chip that they decide to make purple or something. Like,
yeah,
it's an act. Like, it was actually really good until the scene where Ariel is like moping, like that scene where she's in that little cave and she's moping on her little rock bed thing, playing with the
yeah.
little fish. Anyway, so the scene opens. Oh, actually, I have a video of it. I don't know if I want to share it. Because I sent it to my coworker who didn't quite believe me. But opening scene, and it's 3D, right? So it's popped out at you. There is no avoiding it. Red guppies, like red elephant ear guppies, like a little school of 10 of them that
Oh
she's
yeah, no, I
in the
remember.
ocean
I've seen that.
playing with, and I'm
I
like,
I forgot, but I saw that like a year ago. That yeah, they put
yeah,
freaking guppies right in the
I just,
start because they
I
had the
just
big
sighed.
red tails. Yep.
Yeah, I just sighed, and Nathan just starts laughing. I was like, Nathan, I've been trying, but it's literally in our face. Like, there is no
Yep.
avoiding.
Yep.
But the rest of
But
it was great.
speaking of the whole fish nerdiness or whatever, one of my friends, the friends that I hang out with them like every Friday night, they're actually I think of them more like my parents in law because they're my ex fiance's parents, but I hang out with them all the time. And gosh, people are coming in. How did you do that to your name?
Yeah, right? Oh, maybe no, Nathan, I swear. Like, I thought it was in 3D. Maybe it was at home then. Maybe it wasn't in 3D. But you know how you can tell when a movie is shot in 3D?
Yeah.
Regardless, it's in the middle of the screen, like there's no avoiding it.
How'd you, Jeff Beal? How'd you do that to your name? That's really cool. Anyway, um,
Okay, I didn't see it with Nathan. I must have
but
watched it on Disney Plus or something
I
then.
just saw like a short clip of it. I was like, holy crap, they put guppies in there. But that was like a year ago when they were still
Yeah.
talking about the movie before it actually came out, I believe. Um, but crap, now I can't think of what I was talking about. Um,
My bad.
oh yeah. So the fish nerdiness. My friends that I hang out with all the time, uh, I have, and I game with them on City Heroes too. And I have some other friends that we've met on the game from other areas of the world, and they're part of like our super group of superheroes on City of Heroes. It's a great game. Anyway, you guys should check it out. But some of them are actually going to be coming into town here in October, and we've been talking about some stuff that we're going to do, and, try to give them a good St. Louis experience or whatever. Because last time they came into town, we just we went to the Renaissance Fair, and then we played like a D&D thing that was like based specifically. It was created by one of our people that was like literally set specifically for us. It was like a whole story that like involved all of us. It was perfectly written. It was fantastic. But um that's all we did last time. Was this time we're talking about like doing some more like St. Louis stuff. So definitely, I don't want to go up in the arch again. If they want to do the arch, that's on them. um we were talking about maybe going out to the aquarium or something like that. And what was funny is my friends are like, but please just like, if we go to the aquarium, like, we don't need a tour guide. Or and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, who do you think I am?
Right.
like one, I've only been to the aquarium like once myself, so I can't freaking guide you guys around anywhere. And two, like, I'm gonna be in public and all that stuff. I'm gonna be pretty quiet for the most part, actually. Who do you think I'm gonna be like? And over here we have the Sagittarius Aurelius or whatever, blah blah blah. Like, that's not gonna be me.
No.
Like, and if you look to your left, you have the river of St. Louis. Like, no.
Yep.
Uh,
No, it's more of like you're there. It's like, oh, what's that fish? Oh, that's a this and this. Like, you're just kind of
yeah.
a reference.
If you ask me a question, I'll tell you something or whatever, or be like, "Oh, you have to come and do this because these guys suck on your hands." Like these are the fun. The Nersgara are great.
Yep. St. Louis Aquarium is amazing. We actually have a customer who we special ordered Dr. Gara's for. Because he actually has a bookshelf tank of them, and he puts his hands in them, and he swears it helps with his arthritis on his hands. So whenever he has to kind of restock, we'll order him like a dozen or two to refill his
Nice.
tank.
Hmm. I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet. Need to see it. I love documentary movies, even though everything may not be 100% true. It says a lot anyway. Yeah, and I
Yeah,
mean, they had to actually set off an atomic bomb in order to film it. So
Steven, they tickle. They do tickle.
they it's a really strange tickle too, because it's like there's so many of them and stuff that it's just like it's like a vibration.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's so weird.
It is really cool though. It just still bugs me how in the touch tank upstairs, the tide pool tanks, how they have anemones in them. It still bugs me.
Yeah, there's like urchins and anemones
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
big starfish. Yeah, and the sharks. They have I forget what kind of sharks they were. They weren't bamboo sharks. I forget what kind
No,
they were.
banana sharks.
There it is. Yep. You can get Gara Gara. They were restricted when I was running the store. Yep. We can order Dr. Gara's at my Super Petco.
If they could, at Pet Supplies Plus, we could get the regular Gara, and we could get sometimes we could get Panda Gara. But yeah, the standard like ones that have like a slightly reddish tail or whatever. The nurse gar, yeah, those are the ones you get most of the time.
See you later, Jeff Beal. Thanks for hanging out.
It's magic. Of course, they never reveal their secret.
Can I pet that urchin? Depends on the urchin. If it's a pincushion or a velvet urchin, then yeah, you can touch it. I do not recommend touching the black long spine urchin.
Yeah. I still want to try urchin.
I do too.
They at Sushi Eye, they have urchin on the menu, but every time I've asked for it, they say they don't have any available.
Yeah, they probably only get it in on like on the weekend or something when they're their busiest.
Nigiri, or it's not called nigiri. I can't remember what they call the term that they call urchin or whatever, but apparently it's like yes, it's kind of rare, hard to get. I mean, urchin is one of the things that you can't actually like tank raise them. Like you can't farm them. You can't farm urchin or whatever. They still have to like go out to like and do like deep sea diving and stuff and go and
they need a specific urchin diet to make them taste good. Yeah.
Uni, that's what it is.
Yes, uni. Yep. My wholesaler here got anablebs. They are cool, but I need a larger tank if I'm going to get some. They get pretty large, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I pet that nudibranch? Lettuce nudibranchs you can. In fact, I bought one. I have one in my tank to help with my algae. He's so freaking cute. He's like this big. Like 1.5 to 2 inches.
Not every fish that is in salt water is going to kill you.
Yeah.
If it's pokey or bitey, just keep your hands in your pockets and walk away.
Yeah. What's cool about the lettuce nudibranch is that depending on the algae it eats, it'll actually take the color of that algae. So whenever I bought it, there was a smaller one in the tank that was starting to eat the red algae. So it was actually starting to get red on its edges.
Yep, because the dragon ones, they eat like poisonous stuff, and so then the poison is like in their skin and all that stuff too. Same as like poison dart frogs.
Yes. I just told a customer about that the other day. They're like, those look a lot like those are poison dart frogs. You can't touch those. And I'm like, actually, it's only if they eat specific beetles in their habitat. And their native habitat.
Ant.
Oh, is it an ant?
I thought it was a specific species of ant, but I could be wrong. It might be a beetle. I don't know.
Yeah, lettuce nudibranchs. They're so freaking cute.
Nice. What makes poison dart frogs poisonous?
This is probably a touchy no-no. The super bright colored one. But the lettuce nudibranchs are fine.
So
mine right now looks a lot like this one.
Poison dart frogs accumulate toxins from the plants that their insect prey eat. The frog's body synthesizes these toxins and stores them in their skin glands. So
it's the dragon ones that are bad. So there are nudibranchs out there. There are multiple out there that are not good to touch. So each species of nudibranch actually have a very specific diet. They only eat one thing. Like the Bergia nudibranch, the Aptasia eating ones only eat Aptasia. Like that's all they eat. A lot of nudibranchs release toxins when they die. Yep.
So that's interesting. So it's not exactly the bugs that makes the poison dart frog poisonous, but it's the plants.
Oh,
the bugs eat the toxic plants. Then the the poison dart frog eats the bugs that ate the poisonous plants, and then therefore the frogs become poisonous by synthesizing the poisons. That's freaking crazy. Blame the plants.
Stupid plants. Um, okay. So, I mean, we weren't 100% wrong. It's just the poison doesn't start with the bugs. It starts with the plants, goes to the bugs,
Right.
and then goes to the frog.
Huh. I wonder if an animal can turn itself spicy.
I
Like
mean, fire ants, whenever they bite you, you
fire
burn.
ants bite you, and it's like a toxic or whatever, or a toxin or whatever they release that causes that burning sensation. Whereas like I just wonder like if something ate like, you know, that super spicy cactus, or something just fully like just ate spicy peppers or something like that, and then something else ate that, like could they synthesize the heat to like just make themselves spicy?
Spicy.
Hmm. I mean, I know to some point flavors can pass into the meat, like the saying you are what you eat is actually true to a point. You know, that's why different people from around the world smell differently, because they eat different things and have a different diet. But and like escargot gets its flavor by feeding the snails specific herbs and all that stuff. And I've talked about how I could feed, you know, rabbits different herbs and stuff to get pre-seasoned meat, even though I'm kind of joking about that one, but there's a little validity to it. Um, but like I do wonder, like I wonder if I'm spicy. Like, 'cause I eat a lot of hot food. Like I wonder if I were to like make a Danny steak, like would it be spicy?
Speaking of rabbits, I don't remember which stream I talked about it on, if it was this one or if it was my stream on Wednesday, but Petco actually tested in a lot of southern states. I think it was on one of my Wednesday streams. Um in a lot of the southern states they were testing actually selling dwarf rabbits or pygmy rabbits in store. Yeah, they've cut that off. After a month. Uh
Because all of a
it was
sudden they
not
had like 1,000 of them and didn't know what to do.
well, so it was only I think there was only like 25 stores or something. Um very limited amount of number of stores that they were testing it with. And yeah, they just the sales of them were not good, and also just ethically a lot of feedback from employees who hated the idea. They got a lot of kickback and flack for it. Um, so yeah, they're going back to advocating for adoption for rabbits
Yeah.
after a month. So yay!
Huh. Got some beautiful killifish this week.
Nice.
And sting their descendant from hornets.
Oh, I
Yep.
didn't know that.
Yeah, the like the bullet ants or whatever, they have an actual stinger. It's not like their bite that causes the heat. I don't know if that is that true with fire ants too. Do fire ants have a stinger? Oh yeah, they sure do. Because I don't even have to get the like find it in words. Look at this picture. It most definitely is stinging.
Yep.
So yeah, it's not the bite that hurts; it's the actual sting. Hmm.
All ants sting, says Joshua. Huh.
Yeah, really? Even those little like army ants and stuff,
You
and
learn
those
something new every
little
day.
bitty guys that I can just poke with my finger. Hmm.
I did not know that.
Did not either. It's interesting that you say the descendant of hornets and like wasps and stuff like that, and when you look at them side by side, like they really they look the same, just without the wings. And
Yep.
the males do have wings. You just don't typically see the males because they're only bred to mate with the queen to make more workers. But it's the same with ants and bees. It's pretty much the same. So, oh my gosh, like yeah, that totally makes sense. It makes sense. They don't make freaking hives. They make like underground hives. Oh gosh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've been
Can
seeing
y'all
your
not?
dogs
They got the zoomies. They're chasing each other around. They decided to run in here.
kind of going mouth to mouth too
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, the fang fencing. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
I
what my
learned
birds
that
were doing at the beginning of the stream.
yeah. I learned that whenever bees they're getting ready for the winter, for overwinter, one of the first things they do is shove out all the males because they don't want to waste resources on them over winter. And I was like, oh, that's
Yep,
sad. I understand it, but that's still sad. Literally shove them out of the hive.
yep. And another reason you don't typically see males either is when they are mating with the queen, they fly like way up high into the air and create like crazy sex tornadoes. Like the same way like you can see like gnats flying in like this like group and all that. That is actually a sex tornado is what it
Oh,
is. All
gross.
those all those gnats and stuff are mating in that giant thing. And so yeah, when you walk through that, you're walking through a gnat orgy. But bees will do the same thing. They'll just do it really, really high in the air, and all the males will swarm around the queen and do their thing. And then all the males die, and the queen comes back to the hive, and she is just stores up all the bee sperm that she has for the rest of her life, and she just starts popping out eggs, and that's it. That is her life. And women complain about, having to make some dinner every now and then. At least you're not a bee queen. There are ants that can literally explode. Others have jaws so big they can't feed themselves. And ants are crazy. I've seen the exploding ones. The bombardier beetle's also one of my favorites. Because yeah, it just explodes like acid out of its butt.
We just got the black giant millipedes in at work.
Oh
We got four
yeah.
of them. Yeah, we got four of them. My coworker, who actually has one, so she's really excited about it. She was trying to sex them. She was trying to figure out which one was male and female. She was trying to Google it, but she wasn't getting consistent answers. So she finally made her best educated guess because we were transferring to a local store. Because again, I'm at like a super Petco, like we can order anything. So sometimes we'll order things for other stores and transfer them out. Um, well, she thought she put two females together and then a male female. Um, but then the two females that she thought were female instantly started to do the hanky
Oh,
pank. And she's like, it was gross. They were spilling liquids all over. I was like, ugh. That's so gross. She's like, you can see everything. I was like, I didn't realize that millipedes were equipped like that. She's like, yeah, so I have no idea how to tell them apart, like to tell male from female. I have no idea. I was like, oh, did
what
you
do
realize
what do
how big they?
millipedes eat?
So I think they prefer decomposing material, but they will eat fresh vegetables, also fruits and vegetables also.
Huh.
Um,
So it's just like a giant arthropod, or
yeah,
not arthropod, isopod. I mean,
yeah.
hmm.
Um,
She got
but
lucky. Very difficult to breed. Apparently not.
well, they also came in good size. Um,
Of course, it's a giant black millipede,
yeah.
not the the white millipede or the little Asian millipede.
Yeah, they get 4 to 12 inches. That's insane. I mean, they were probably close to like 8 inches whenever they came in. Like they were good size.
We're still talking about millipedes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Rotting organic matter. Yeah, so yeah. They're decomposers.
Interesting. Interesting.
Well, they weren't her millipedes. They're the store's millipedes.
I
But yeah,
wonder. Hmm. I
and like we
wonder
had just
if my
gotten in that day.
gecko could live in the same habitat as a giant millipede.
A coworker of mine was just asking that the other day. She's like, "Do you think you could cohabitate?" I'm like, "It really depends." Like, yeah, something arboreal, I feel like would probably be okay. Um, yeah.
Hmm. Though I don't think that tank is really set up for a millipede. Just because, I mean, with that running stream, you can actually, I cleaned off the front glass a little bit. You can actually see the water kind of trickling through in the background. But yeah, I don't think it'd be good for a millipede in there.
Yes, this says they are classified as detrivores. They feed on dead and decaying organic matter. Yep.
I want to put blacks, but little pinks would be perfect. Oh, Florida. Florida has millipedes?
What doesn't
Gosh, I mean,
Florida
of
have?
course,
We talked
Florida
we
has
talked about
everything.
this. Yeah, we
I've
talked
seen
about
like
it.
centipedes and stuff, and I know centipedes can have like a pretty dangerous like sting or whatever, and the giant centipedes can actually like eat lizards and stuff like that. So I wouldn't want to do a centipede, but a millipede. Oh, are they basically the same thing? I don't know.
Joshua says I wouldn't put black giant millipedes in there, but the uh pinks would be perfect. There's a pink millipede?
Dude, look at this one. Fuzzy pink dragon millipede.
That looks like is that a millipede or is that a centipede?
I
Not,
don't know. Either way, they don't actually have a million legs or 1,000 legs or 100 legs.
oh yeah, because I just typed in pink millipede and that's the one that popped up.
That one's really cool too. Pink, oh, that's a small pink dragon millipede. That's what they look like when they're more juvenile, I guess, and then that's when it's more mature. Those are cool.
Those are cool.
I mean, I'm not surprised that there's like multicolored millipedes out there. I'm sure there's a blue one or something too.
I
But
saw a black and yellow one whenever I was first searching it.
because I mean, there's no greater variety of animals than there are in like the insect world. Like there's so many different colors and shapes and sizes, and it's incredible.
Oh, hold on. Look
Like
at this black
the
and yellow
dairy.
boy.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
That's so cool. Look at this green boy. Look at this boy. Oh my god. Bright red one.
Oh, that's cool. And then Taylor Swift.
Yeah, with a millipede. I don't know.
I think it's comparing the brains.
Oh,
Who's smarter, Taylor Swift or a millipede?
that almost looks like a bristleworm.
It's a feather millipede. That's cool. Well, that's a house centipede.
Yeah, this one. Yep. Black and yellow one. Another red one. Pretty cool.
Wow.
Oh my
Somebody
god.
made a clay one.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a plushie. Never
Yeah,
mind.
that's a plushie. That's
Nice.
so freaking cute.
She probably got one named after her.
Probably.
Whoa.
This
Black,
one?
red, and yellow. That one is cool. I need that one.
No, there's no. What the? CNN. Taylor Swift has a new millipede. Okay. Oh, there's a blue one. That might be.
She did
might
have
be,
a millipede named after her.
This might be Photoshop though. You can't trust it always. Blue cloud forest millipede. Maybe it is right. Maybe it is real. Pretty cool. I love it when they curl up. Hey, look, it's Caterpie. Okay.
Cool.
Those are real. Ooh.
How easy. Friggin' he's like, I got a million millipedes too. He has millipede knowledge. Oh no, he's talking about half beaks. Never mind.
Yeah, half beaks.
Yeah.
We'll get half beaks in sometimes at work.
Half beaks are kind of cool. That's a fish for those
It
of
is?
you that we're talking fish again. All right.
Oh my gosh. I know a little bit about fish.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be a tour guide at the friggin' St. Louis Aquarium if we go
That's
there.
exhausting.
No way. Yeah. But I mean, you know, don't be surprised if I be like, oh, that's a beautiful, like, well, I can't think of any friggin' scientific names of fish right now. But,
Ed, hello.
But don't be surprised if I use a proper name now and then. That's the only thing I would probably do. Like, that's a gorgeous discus or whatever. Like, oh. I mean, yeah, it's a cool looking fish that I don't know what it is. Largest live bear. What are you talking about? The blue whale? That's the largest live bear.
Yeah, I've been playing Zelda all week. Ever since Thursday is when it came out. What I've been doing all day. Ever since we got home from breakfast.
Nice.
But yeah.
Chattanooga Ed. But I was talking about the City Heroes game for a second earlier with my friends and stuff. So also the people that are coming into town, one of the people that it's their son is one of the people that I play with as well, and Connor, I think he's Oh, I want to say he's like 16 or 17, something like that. And he's playing like tennis in high school right now. And but anyway, one of the characters that he has, and we've kind of teased him about it a lot. His character is named Waffles because like his mom always makes him waffles, and he loves the waffles. And I mean, who doesn't love waffles, right? But we kind of tease him about it, and but we kind of got this idea that we were kind of joking about or whatever. But now we're actually gonna make it happen, and I'm super excited, and he's gonna flip out when we reveal it to him. But we're making a new like not like an actual new superhero group, but we're all creating new characters that are like based off of like breakfast items, and we're making our own like breakfast club. This is what we're doing.
Nice.
So his is like a waffles character, and one of them is making like biscuits and gravy. She was gonna do like smothered and covered, but apparently all different versions of that name have already been taken, so she ended up going with biscuits and gravy. And I made French toast, which is just a very simple like mime outfit. It's great, and she like does like psychotic powers and stuff. And as a healer, I decided to go with, since you can't really do like mime. What would a mime do other than distraction of the mind? Like, so
Right.
that's kind of what I went with. But yeah, but the regular spelling of toast was taken, of course. So I had to spell it like toe, like your foot toe, st. Toest, toast. But yeah, it's pretty funny. And what the lady that made biscuits and gravy, her husband is making eggs Benedict, which is gonna be like a Doctor Strange type of character.
Hmm.
Benedict Cumberbatch. So
Mm-hmm.
eggs Benedict. And I don't know what Connor's parents are gonna do, but we're gonna we just told them that we're actually doing this, and they're gonna get their characters made. um but one of our friends, Seth, he's not gonna be on this weekend, but so next weekend we're going to reveal our breakfast club to him. We're not gonna like say anything either. We're just gonna just load up all these characters and just be like, what's going on? I'm so excited.
B, hello, hello.
Everyday Carry. I don't know what the BE stands for though, but
It's his
what's up?
initials. It's his
Brian
initials.
Edwardson. I'm just gonna call him Brian. Watch me
Yeah,
get
so
his name right. That'd be nuts.
him and Nathan just did a knife trade. Um, and I threw in some extra goodies for his dogs. Which actually I didn't realize he had 4 dogs. um,
4. Wow,
yeah.
that's a
I
whole
thought
pack.
I thought they just had the one puppy. Um, so I don't know. I would have sent more if I'd known he had 4 dogs. But yeah.
I want a dog, but now I gotta find a new job.
Yeah. Yeah, sent him some chew toys for the dogs and some Halloween treats. It was so awesome. You're welcome. You're welcome, B.
But yeah, after learning that the Yellow was going to be closing down and we started discounting all this different stuff, I for sure had to go out and buy a chest freezer. I was originally just going to get like a 3.5 cubic foot one, just like a small one. Um, but apparently those aren't actually like available in store. You have to like order those. the smallest they had in store was a 5 cubic foot one, which is twice as big as the one that I was gonna get.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's fine. It still fit perfectly in my kitchen. I just had to like shift over my table just like an inch or two, and it just slid right in perfectly. And so, because I knew I was gonna buy one this weekend, I already ordered like $400 worth of food. Um,
Nice.
Now, that's not how much I'm actually paying for it
Right.
because I have a discount and all that stuff. But then also, not only did I order that much, um, I've won several different like sales contests and stuff over the last like 6 months or so, and I've actually won like so much free food to where they owe me like $150 worth of free food. And that's like at my discount and all that stuff. So I can go and select like $300 more worth of food right out of the freezer too, on top of what I ordered. So I'm just going to stock up on as much freaking food as I can. And I'm going to continue to live off of this for like a whole nother year. It's gonna be great.
Yep. Let's see.
I gotta find a new job, one that won't make me sick, one that won't make me crash my car, or make me feel 3 feet thick. Were you
Yeah.
intentionally trying to be like a Dr. Seuss thingy there, or did that just happen? That was cool. Either way, I like that.
He says she's the only one that comes to check on me while I'm filming. He just sent me a photo of his dogs. Hold on. I gotta.
I'd make a guy named Over Easy. I like brawlers. Yeah, there you go. Make a melee character called Over Easy, and he just like flips people and stuff. Yeah. Come on, man. Don't make me be old by myself. I. This must be a reference to something that I don't get then. Because you're saying make me feel old. All it must be an old reference. Because I don't understand it at all. But I like how it rhymes. But
Yep.
yep, I gotta find a new job. And I kind of agree with that statement too. A job that won't make me sick. Like I don't want to work in like corporate life again. Um, I don't want to work in like the medical field or something like that. Even though I have a degree in medical assisting, but I've been like out of practice for like a decade now. Um, since I've been in school for that, and it's just oh, I changed 3 words. Huey Lewis in the news. I know Huey Lewis, but I can't put my finger on what song that is. But I don't know a lot of lyrics to his songs. I just know the music. Anyway, but yeah, like it really just sucks that I have to find a new job because like I've really enjoyed like everything about my job. All my coworkers are great. I can say whatever I want without like people trying to get me fired because of like what I say. And I don't have to deal with a bunch of corporate people down my and or even just my manager and my boss like staring down my neck all the time. I get to drive around and just kind of manage myself and do my job and kind of be my own boss to a point. And yeah, there's nothing out there like what I do. And it just kind of sucks. He needs a new drug. I've heard that song like once. Where are the old people hanging? I'll see myself. I don't know. That's the Huey. I don't know a lot of Huey Lewis songs, but like the ones that I know are like uh, "Hard to Rock and Roll" and well, that might be the only Huey Lewis song I really know is "Hard Rock and Roll." So there you go.
Yep. Oh, I got a text from work today.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was kids or somebody angry, but someone decided to do this to the men's toilet.
Shove the mop right down and filled
With
it
the
up with
broom,
toilet paper
and apparently the toilet brush, the holder, and the air freshener that's normally in the bathroom are shoved in there too.
wow.
Yeah. But yeah, it's full of toilet paper. Yeah, it's great fun.
Holy crap. Don't feel bad, that's the only Huey. Well, see, and he's all like, the song about drugs is the only song that, like, sorry, sir, I have a little bit more class. I listen to songs about the heart of rock and roll, not drugs. I don't get it. Perhaps they have some internal. Four eyes. You talking about anableps? Or is the four eyes different than an anablep? Oh yeah, that's the power of love. Yeah, that's another one I know. Yeah. I couldn't remember. Yeah, I know that one. That was the Back to the Future song. Right. I believe he actually wrote that song for Back to the Future. That's a good song. Man, what's everybody doing tonight? Chat's been kind of dead. We only got like 7 or 8 people here. Like, is it like everybody all getting ready for Halloween already?
I'm not.
No?
We did have to start a diet this week. That is something new to this week. Nathan went to the doctor and his cholesterol is high, so we're starting back on a diet.
Okay. Anableps are the four eyes. Gotcha. The 80s were weird. There was like a song for every good movie. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, well, here's the thing is you still get that nowadays. Um it's just the type of music that is popular is so much different nowadays than what it used to be. And uh I mean, a lot of the time now you still get old like classical music, but I mean, the Avengers has a theme, and like Halloween has a theme, and all that different stuff. But like back in the 80s, like, well, and the 70s too, but 70s and 80s, like rock and roll was like the popular music style of the time. So movies then, like, they would get out to the popular artists of the day to, make their songs for them and stuff. So that's how you got, the Eye of the Tiger was written specifically for the Rocky movies. And yeah, I believe The Power of Love was written specifically for Back to the Future. And, a lot of that stuff. So, I mean, you still get that nowadays, but they're reaching out to Beyonce and Nicki Minaj and stuff versus, Huey Lewis and friggin' um, why can I not remember Survivor, the band that did Eye of the Tiger, and whatever else. There's also a kind of killer named Anablepsoides. Large. Uh, last week it was just Danny and I for about. Yeah.
My bad. I had to work. I had to close.
Yep. And then see, what's funny is you sent me a message on Discord, but for some reason I didn't get like a notification about it or something.
Oh.
So I kind of went the whole stream thinking, Gina might pop in, might not. And then after about a half hour, I was like, yeah, Gina's not coming.
No.
But then after the stream was over, I was kind of like looking through some stuff and I saw that you had actually said, oh no, I had a lot. Work was work. I'm not getting on. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I was so tired.
Yeah. I just gotta tell you.
I don't even remember if anything happened specifically or like if we were busy. That was a week ago. I don't remember.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have those days. And I was kind of having a little bit of that day too. And but then all of a sudden it's like I popped on, I was getting ready to live stream, thinking it's like, okay, it's just gonna be me. And then right when I was pulling up the computer and I pulled up YouTube to turn my like subscribers only on and stuff like that, I saw that the Fish Fam auction was going on, and it's just like, oh man, well, I guess I'm not live streaming yet.
Yeah.
And then I went all the way until 10 o'clock too. And then after that, they started talking about the next auction, which was going to be a big thing to try to earn money for the Amazon Research Center of Ornamental Fishes. So in those sorts of cases, I wonder how it's going to work as far as like, well, like shipping costs and stuff like that, right? So like I understand, people will be buying the fish and so much of the money that people are buying is going to go towards the Amazon Research Center. But like, is that person that's paying the money, are they still paying for the shipping costs?
Yeah, that's how the auction. Yeah, so how the auction works is you're paying that money plus whatever the shipping cost is. Like the shipping is figured out after.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but what I'm wondering though is the person that is then like selling the fish, are they being like 100% donated to where like
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could have stuck around and listened a little bit more and asked a question or two, but I wanted to start live streaming. But yeah, I just kind of wondered like, or is it like a 50-50, or is it like fully like 100% of the proceeds go straight to, Amazon Research Center? Yeah. When I donated an art piece last year, they got 100% of the profit, and I also had to pay. So you paid the shipping to send it to the person that bought it, and then the person that bought it, all their money went to the research center. See that, like, I don't know. Something just doesn't quite. I mean, I guess it's all for it's all for charity, right? But I just, yeah,
I'm sure they make whoever is donating realize if they, what all they're donating, like what that means.
yeah,
They're not gonna. Skipper's not gonna blindside them.
right. It's just, yeah, like shipping can be expensive nowadays, especially like overnight stuff. Like, if UPS will ask you the right questions or whatever, and they'll get you to say something wrong to where all of a sudden they'll charge you like $40 to ship your fish. It's just crazy. Yeah, the donator just gives. I didn't have to worry about any money transacting with me. Yeah. A black Belgian Malinois. See, I would love to have that, but I would also not love to have that.
Yeah, Malinois are a
that's a,
special breed.
that's a black Malinois would be the coolest looking dog. That would be the perfect dog to name Van Helsing. But I that would be a terror in my house because I am very chill and I am not ready for a dog that is not chill.
Yeah,
Those dogs are so cool, but they need a job.
yep.
Those dogs are just so hyperactive, but so attentive, and they live to serve, and they need a job. Like, one of my customers has a Malinois, and that dog is just nuts. Now, I
So
mean, it's well behaved for the most part, but it's just still just nuts. Like,
so you know, mini Aussies are the same. So this is Miko's favorite toy. I actually just had to get the backup toy out. Like I had a brand new backup one. Because when I went to throw his toy from the living room into the dining room, to play fetch, I accidentally hit the wall and then it bounced into my saltwater tank,
oh,
the old one. So I had to get out the new one. So of course I wasn't gonna give him a toy filled with salt water. Um, but yeah, no, he loves this toy. Um, I forgot that it makes noise. Sorry. Um, oh
he
God,
did
there
it.
he is. He heard it. This is his toy. So yeah. Um, I forgot where I was going with this. So this is like his task. He you actually say where's your toy and he will search around the house looking for that toy.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, yeah. I mean, every dog has their toy. Like, they have multiple toys, but they have their specific one that's like their favorite toy.
yeah. No, Riley does too, but I'll tell her go get your toy and she's looking at me like I have three heads. She's like, "What?" But no, he knows what that means. He knows that I'm talking about bring your toy. Where's your toy? Bring it here. Like that's his favorite fetch toy. Um, but no, I was talking to Nathan just yesterday. I was just cuddling with him on my lap on the couch, and I'm just like, I don't know how your dad deals with five of these. Like, I can barely handle him.
Yeah.
He has five of them, and I'm like, I don't know how.
Yeah. I just want to get like I want to get like a pit bull Labrador mix or something like that. Because those guys they're gorgeous and they're very loyal and generally pretty chill. She lives in the countryside, so they go for long walks every day, scanning the territory. Yeah, but man, it's pretty funny though, because like I go with like I bring dog treats and stuff when I'm on my routes, and
Get your toy.
give treats to all my customers, dogs and stuff. I love my customers. Dogs are great. Um,
Get your toy.
one of them is it's a little wiener dog named Bear. He's awesome. But yeah, the Malinois, he'll actually it's when he like wants to treat, like he'll treat me the same way he treats his like owner to where like he will like full on heel. I don't remember the command that they say for it or whatever, but where he will like sit in between my legs, like facing forward and like look straight up at me, like where's my treat? It's pretty awesome. But they make Malinois make like the best police dogs
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that because they're just super active and agile and smart, and they got an incredible nose, and they live to serve. And gosh, they're just badass dogs. But yeah, if you don't have an obstacle course in your backyard, then don't get one. If you want a dog that you're just gonna, chill around with or whatever, don't get one of those. 'Cause
Right.
I have a Rhodesian Ridgeback with 3 legs.
Those are cool dogs.
Yeah. Every time I hear that name, though, I just I think of Harry Potter and the
Oh, the dragon.
I can never remember the actual name of the dragon, but yeah, it sounds like the dragon from Harry Potter. I never read the books or anything, so a Norwegian Ridgeback. That's what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Miko, come here. Come on. Come on.
They will miss you as well as their own. Oh yeah. Oh man, I've been seeing these dogs like every 2 weeks for the last 3 years. It's just crazy. We have our whole routine and everything. They know the truck. And even before I started coming, a lot of the people that have, serviced them for the entire like 20 years that they've been customers and stuff have been doing the same thing. Like, I know they haven't necessarily had the same dog the entire 20 years, but I mean, their dog's 10 years old and they've been getting service the entire time. Their dog that's just what their dog's used to and all that stuff. And yeah, it's so sad.
Yeah.
I hate that this business is going down because it's been such a great business for like 72 years, and just everything that's happened, just it's like it seems like it was all for nothing now. And it's just crazy because I cannot think of a single time in my life other than sometimes with me personally, like when I was like renting and stuff, there was like a couple of years that I didn't have anything in my personal fridge. But I can't think of a time growing up or anytime when I would go to my parents' house or whatever that I wouldn't open up the freezer or something without seeing a Swan's label in there.
Yeah, Nathan growing up, his parents would order Swan all the time. Yeah.
It just sucks. And I was really mad when they were changing the name even from Schwann's to Yellow, even though that was a whole business ploy to try to become profitable too. And all it did was cost them a whole lot more money.
Yep, and marketing and all that stuff.
Changing
Rebranding.
labels, rebranding. Like, yeah. We ordered it till they shut down. Yep. And yeah, they started shutting down all different areas of the country because they couldn't be profitable in those areas. But yeah. Marvin Schwanz, that started the company 72 years ago, he had an awesome vision, and they had it going for the longest time. And yeah, the grandkids that took over in the most recent years and stuff, they just really screwed it all up. And yeah, that's why I definitely don't want to do the same thing to my grandfather's hardware store.
Yeah.
I don't want to screw it all up. So
Yeah,
I
change
guess
can sometimes be a good thing. Change can also really mess things up.
yeah. Oh yeah. 3 years ago in Wyoming. Well, yeah, they haven't been like anywhere like on the West Coast ish like in a long time. It was always primarily a Midwestern thing, and then they kind of branched out some, but yeah. Oh, we have 5 minutes left. I'm hungry.
Me too. I know I had lunch earlier, and then right before the stream, I was like, of course, now I would get hungry. Like right before the stream. So yeah, I'm
I
hungry too.
freaking I don't quite know exactly how it happened, but I I stayed up kind of late last night or whatever until like I don't know, like maybe 1 a.m. or something, and I thought I would sleep well, but I didn't plan to necessarily like sleep super late. I was thinking, oh, I'll wake up at like I don't know 10 a.m. or something like that, and I took a sleep gummy to make sure I got some really good deep sleep, and I sure did. I didn't. I woke up at one point and it was kind of early, and I just kind of had to use the bathroom, and then I went back to sleep, and I woke up again. And I look at my phone, and it was 1 in the afternoon. I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's hunting for
Yeah.
one." So
Yeah, I think I stayed up till like 1:30 last night. Is when Nathan and I finally went to bed because he told me he found out, or whenever he realized I was off today, he's like, "I want to go out for breakfast," and I'm like, "Well, that means I can't stay up too late."
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah, because it was funny because my brother's like, I'll leave, the keys to my truck on the kitchenette in the morning because he was playing in a golf tournament today, and so I was, actually planning to, pick up the freezer and stuff in the morning, and then potentially, do some other stuff this afternoon, and I ended up sleeping all the way into the afternoon and didn't
Yep.
get out of the house until closer to 2. And yeah, had to make a couple trips and stuff. And yeah, I didn't get anything else done today, really.
One of those days.
Like a piece of lasagna. Ooh, a piece of lasagna.
Lasagna is good.
I'm so bummed to find out they're going. Yeah, yeah. Especially because if I would have known that we were going out of business, like I would have tried to stock up on some of this stuff earlier.
Yeah.
Because some of the things are already gone. Like we haven't had single serve lasagnas in a couple months
Forever.
already. We haven't had spaghetti in freaking like 5 months or something like that. And it's just like, man, we had the best darn spaghetti ever. And now I understand why I hadn't seen it in so long. And the replacement they said we were going to get, we never ended up getting. Same with a lot of stuff like the egg rolls and stuff like that. They said we would have replacements by such and such time. And like that time had passed, and much more of that time had passed. And it's just like, where are these dang egg rolls at? And it's like, well, let me tell you about these egg rolls. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
First couple days were hard. I slept all the stress away last night, and friggin', it's just gonna be it's gonna be some crappy days for the next few weeks for sure. Not just trying to find It's a huge company. I mean, it's down into this. Gosh, my birds are going nuts again.
Well,
It's a pretty big company for sure. They spread around, but also Ed did live in St. Louis for most of his life.
yeah.
Ed's only been in Chattanooga for what, like 15 years, something like that now? If that long? I don't even know. How long, Ed? You tell him.
Your birds are going at it again.
Gosh, yeah, I can't. Quit it, you guys. Jesus.
Too much.
But, I mean, they did have. It's been a big enough company to where, everybody in the United States at least like heard of the company. It's they got pretty big, and then they started dwindling down over the last decade. 5 years ago. Okay, not even that long ago. Jeez. You left St. Louis, created a YouTube channel, and called yourself Chattanooga Ed like right before I freaking hopped on YouTube. Those are the cockatiels. I have a parakeet too, but she's alone in her cage and she's happy alone now. She gets enough bird sounds and interaction and stuff between me and the cockatiels in a cage near her. But anyway, yeah, these cockatiels are nuts. Maybe it's been 6 years, but it hasn't been long. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, then again, 3 years in the same job, like 3 years passed by so fast.
Yeah.
The longest job I ever had was actually Target, and I worked there for 6 years. But I don't want to go back to Target for sure, or any of those giant corporate type stores. Well, anyway, guys, we're at the 2-hour mark now. I'm tired and I'm hungry, and I'm gonna go get some food and all that. So,
Yeah. Same.
I'm playing in a golf tournament next Saturday. I'll tell you guys about that. My annual one time of playing golf every year. So, all right. Catch you next week. And next week will be in October.
Yeah.
So, get all your spooky stuff. I love Halloween. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just rambling, saying stupid random stuff. Anyway, guys, catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye. So long. Thanks for the fish.